Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shabarakathum, to the brothers, Yahweh Shamar, Ilathah Bahashim, Yahweh Shah to the sisters. This is the California Isupk Lashawan Qadash class. The Lashawan Qadash stands for Holy Tongue. This is a biblical tongue given to us by the Lord, and it has been passed down to our forefathers. And since 1969, under commanding General Yohana, the Isupk has been teaching the truth about the Bible as well as this holy tongue that we speak about. We break down the whole mysticism about how Christianity took the holy tongue and turned it into a spectation, a show, when in fact it's an actual language that can be translated and you can actually write it. It's not a feeling that jumps in you and you dash down the street and you run down and you drop and get back up. It's not that type of holy tongue. That's not a holy tongue. I pray you go get counsel. You start doing something like that. It's Salakia. But in actuality, it's an actual tongue that the Lord has given to his chosen people of the 12 tribes of Israel. It's a language that we use to communicate, but since we were not following the laws, we transgressed the laws, we were put into captivity, and we learned languages from our oppressor, like Spanish, what would I say before that? Spanish, English, what was before that? Greek. We would say those languages like that. Those are languages that were given to us by our oppressor when we actually had our own language. This is why the Isupk is cleaning brothers and sisters up and rising them up and giving them something that the Lord passed down, and they're just giving it to us so you can have it. This is actually our language. It's a beautiful thing to have your language because we've been stripped out of everything we knew as far as most people in America, Negro, Hispanic, they don't know anything past slavery. So the Isupk is really bringing something heavy, teaching historical facts, and they have artifacts to prove it about the chosen people, the lost tribes of Israel. And with the Isupk, they also teach a language class, that holy tongue that the Lord was speaking about. We actually write it in the ancient and in the Assyrian. What I like to do when I start my classes, I like to start with the Assyrian. I like to start with the ancient, and then I go into the Assyrian. Most of the time when people watch the class, the wada, which means thank you for watching the class, we appreciate that. And also, the Lord sent you here because we do not do anything on our own. But if you do need I like to give people alphabetical charts. So if you want a chart, if you are watching it from Facebook, you can request one in the chat room, and I'll send one to you via Messenger. But if you are watching from YouTube, go ahead and leave your email, and I'll email it to you, no sweat. Because it is a good thing that you exercise your language. It's been stripped from you. We've been so proud in America. We take pride in our degrees that we've learned we've got from our oppressor, when in fact we know half the history that we've got from our oppressor is lies. So the degrees that we've been built on, the knowledge that we know, is not even real knowledge. It's just something that was a program. It's just a part of their programming. But when you actually get into the Isupk, you start to get the real understanding of who you are, what you are, what your mission as a Black, Hispanic, and Native American is. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go into I'm going to the ancient alphabet. Bear with me. I'm going to go get the marker real quick, and we're going to get this thing going. I'm going to find a paper towel. I need something to wipe the board off. We'll go with this for now. I'm going green because my black marker looked like it's kind of losing that ink right there. Let me go ahead and share this class. Okay, I know I'm late. Okay, I'm just double checking. I'm just hearing the sound. I know I'm gonna hear all type of echoes in a second. Okay, I'm just double checking. I'm just hearing the sound. I know I'm gonna hear all type of echoes in a second. Just like that now. Priest and prophet. All right. Let me get it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Okay, when it comes to the Lashawan, the Hebrew writing, unlike the English language, so you have to totally take that A, B, C, D. You do hear the sound; they are similar because when it goes to the Lashawan, it's Abagada Hawa. Of course, Abagada Hawa came before A, B, C, D, E. So you see how they're masterful in copying. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into the ancient, but then again, like I said, with the Hebrew writing. In the Western civilization, they write from left to right. In the ancient, in the Hebrew, they write from right to left. So I'm going to start from right to left. Like I said, if you do need a chart, let me know. I can get you a chart over, no sweat. So you can just, go home and work on it. And, the Lord says, study and show thyself approved. So that's what you want to do. You want to work on work on your craft. Work on it's you. This is your language. This is the dopest thing about it. It was like the Lord embedded it in you, and you're just dusting it off and you bringing it out to shine. Like I'll give an example. Just a story. I remember when I first came into the school and I was a trooper, even just being a young man. I remember coming in all black, and they were throwing up the prayers. And they were like, "Abanaw Shabbat Shemayim Qadash Hayashim Ka." I felt like I felt something. So that's what I mean when I say it's in you. It feels it's in you. It's resonated in you. It's like in the bloodline. You just gotta bring it out. That's why it's good. And you go out and practice. You study. All the time. It's a beautiful thing. It's your language. Okay, but I'm gonna go into the ancient. I'm gonna write it out right here. I'm gonna be looking back just to make sure. I'll be looking at the chartboard, making sure y'all can see everything. If you say I can't see that, let me know. I'll get a darker marker. Let me double check right now. Okay. Ancient Hebrew alphabet. Put like that. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and start. Like I said, we start from right to left. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. I like to sound them out after I get done. So don't expect me to just sound it out right now. Excuse me. Ooh, yes. Backwards. That was backwards. Wow. Wow. Ra. Sha. Ah. Ba. Ga. Da. Wait. I'm on this. Da. Ha, Slakia, Wa, Za, Cha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Tza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Da. And those are the sounds of the Lashawan. Okay. Shalom. It's me. It's my fancy alarm. It's me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go through the sounds. This is ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha. Remember, there's a ka sound and a cha. This is that cha. You kind of have to make it roll. The cha. Cha, ta, ya, ka. That's that ka I was telling you about. La, ma, na, sa, I, pa, tza, kwa, ra, sha, ta. And those are the sounds of the Lashawan. Something I like to put a point across. When it comes to the ancient and the Assyrian, the sounds, the Abagada, the sounds never change. The characters of the alphabets, as far as the Assyrian and the ancient, when it comes to the characters, those are different. But the sounds of the Hebrew, the Lashawan, does not change. So when I write out the Assyrian, the Abagada is still the same. It's just the characters of the alphabets do change. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the sounds again. This is ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, tza, kwa, ra, sha, ta. Okay, I'm gonna go over the sounds again. I'm gonna take that down, and then we're gonna go into the Assyrian. This is ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, tza, kwa, ra, sha, ta. If you do need a chart, let me know. I can send you a chart. If you're on Facebook and you're in the chat, just go ahead and put it in the chat. Say you need an alphabetical chart. I'll send you one. If you are on YouTube, you do got to send me your email. Put it in the chat, and I can email you one. It's no sweat. All right, I'm going into the Assyrian. Assyrian. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, tiza, kwa, ra, sha, da. And that's how you would write it in the Assyrian. Shalom, sir. Let me see. So I can bear with me. I'm just trying to send somebody over a chart. Crazy, because I know I screenshot it. No, guess I do gotta look. Bear with me another second. I'm just sending somebody over a chart. I'm just pulling up a chart in my email really quick. Found it. Bam. Let's see. Bam. There it is. All right. Good card. Okay, I'm gonna. It's ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, tai, ta, ya, cha. As you see with this ka right here, some of these some of these alphabets have double characters. These double characters, this first character is used in the beginning or the middle of a word. The second character is always used at the end of a word. I'll give you an example when I do some of the vocabulary so you can see how we use these characters. But no, this ka has double characters. So just so you know. La, ma, the ma has a double character. The na has a double character. Sa, I, pa, the pa has a double character. The taza has a double character. Qua, ra, sha, ta. So there are a couple of double characters in here, but the best way I can explain it, this character is used in the beginning or the middle of a word. The second character is used always at the end of a word. Example, my name is Kapar, which means he is clean, the great. Well, the great, I just had that. But it just means he is clean. But when you would spell my name, I'll just give you an example. My name is spelled like, well, if I spelled it in Hebrew, I'll spell it ancient. That's Ka. That's a Ka, Pa, Ra. That's how you spell my name. Ka, Par. And I'll show you exactly why I would carry it like that in a second. Right now, you might not understand why I did that. Some of y'all do because y'all be in these classes. But I'll give an example when I started the vocabulary of why I put these under here. So you understand how the sounds work. Okay, that's how you would write that in the ancient, but I'm going to go ahead and sound it out in the English. Just giving you an example. That's how you would spell my name, right? And see, the cha is a double character. Since this character right here, this cha is in the beginning of a word, I would use, this is just an example for the Assyrian. I did write that in the ancient, but I'm giving an example for the Assyrian. So, since that is the cha, the ka is the first word. Is the first ka is used for the beginning, in the beginning or the middle of a word. In this case, it's used in the beginning of a word. So I would use the first ka. I wouldn't use the second ka. An example. I'll give you another example. That's when you would use that first ka. Now, say if you were writing something like this. Just an example. Limca, right? Just an example. Limca. Because this ka right here is at the end of a word, you would use this ka when you were writing it out. So I'll just an example, I would go la, and the ma is a double character as well. But since it's in the middle of a word, I would use the first ma. So that's the first ma, and then the ka, right? Remember, these are double characters. Since it's not in the beginning or the middle of a word, I would use the second ka. And that's how you would use that double character. That's just an example, but hope y'all caught on. All right. Hit me in my inbox. I got you. We'll go over the sounds a couple more times, and then we'll go into the vocabulary. This is ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha, ta, ya, ha, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, qua, ra, sha, ta. And like I said, the sounds do not change. It's only the characters of the alphabets that change. That's the only thing that changes. All right. I'm going to sound one more time, and I'm going to erase it, and we're going to vocabulary. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, qua, ra, sha, da. You know, it's kind of cool, too. Like, you know, you start saying it all the time, frequently, where you're almost screaming like, you know, the ABCs, like ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, qua, ra, sha, da. But that's how you would say that. But you know, you get that over time, just practicing your abagadas constantly. I want to say practice makes perfect. Like I said, if you do need a chart, let me know. Get you a chart. Sweat. The first word is naked. The word for naked in Hebrew is Iram. The next word is name. The word for name in Hebrew is Sham. The next word is napkin. The word for napkin in Hebrew is ma, pa, yath. Ma, pa, yath. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and write them out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. I'm starting off with the ancient. That's the I, Ra, Ma. Okay, there's something I forgot to explain. Okay, there's also characters when you write the ancient. When you see this under a word and this, if you ever see this under an alphabet example like this, that makes the sound singular. That's what that does. When you see that under a word, it makes it sound singular, like I ran. And then when you see this under a word, it connects the ra and the ma together, it makes ran. So that's the connector. I'm going to put the connect. So anytime you see that under a word, that makes it connect. And that's how you would do it in the ancient. In the Assyrian, you don't do the connections. You just write it straight out. Just letting you know, heads up. That's how you would write that in the ancient. And I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the Assyrian. And this is the ma. The second character of the ma, because the ma is at the end of a word. That's the second character of the ma. And that's how you would write that in the ancient. That's how you would write this in the Assyrian. And now the next word is name. The word for name is Sham. Now I'm going to go ahead and write Sham in the ancient. So first I'm starting with the Sha, and then the Ma. That's how you would write Sham in the ancient. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it in the Assyrian. Right? Sha. And then the Ma, remember the Ma has a double character since it's the second character. Since it's the on the end, remember the first character is used in the beginning and the middle of a word. The second character is used at the end of a word. In this case, used at the end of a word, so we're going to use the second character. That's how you write that in the Assyrian. Now I'm going to go to the next word. The next word is napkin. The word for napkin is mapayaf. And now I'm going to go ahead and start in the ancient. So it's the ma, the pa, the ya, and the ta. So ma singular, the pa singular, and the ya. So the ya and the ta put together is connected. You see that? That's how you write that. Now moving on to the pa is a double character as well. Since it's in the middle of the word, I'm going to use the first character. The pa, and then the Ya, and the Ta. That's how you write that. This is the ancient, and this is the Assyrian. Where you at? Oh, oh, okay. I'm still gonna see you down here, right? So I'm still gonna see you down here, right? Okay, for sure. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna see you there then. Salakia. Sorry. Wow. Salakia means excuse me. Example. The first word is naked. The word for naked is Iram. This is how you would write Iram in the ancient. This is how you write Iram in the Assyrian. The next word is name. The word for name is Sham. This is how you would write Sham in the ancient. This is how you would write Sham in the Assyrian. The next word is napkin. The word for napkin is Mapayath. This is how you write Mapayath in the ancient. This is how you write Mapayath in the Assyrian. The next word is nasty. The word for nasty in the Hebrew is ma za ham. Mazaham is how you would say nasty. Mazaham. The next word is nation. The word for nation in Hebrew is ga wa ya. Ga wa ya is how you would say nation in Hebrew. The next word is nature. The word for nature in Hebrew is tabai. I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. Starting the ancient, the ma, the za, the ha, and the ma. Singular, singular, connected. I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the Assyrian. Remember, the ma is a double character. In this case, it's in the beginning, so you're going to use the first character of the ma. The za, the ha, and then this is a ma as well, but in this case it's at the end. So remember, the second ma is used at the end of a word. So you're going to use the second ma. The next word is nation. The word for nation is gawaya. So ga wa ya. Ga wa ya. Ga wa ya. That's how you'd write that in the Assyrian. The next word is nature. The word for nature is tabai. So by to connected by to by. That's how you'd write that in the Assyrian. The first word is nasty. The word for nasty in the Hebrew is mazaham. This is how you'd write mazaham in the ancient. This is how you'd write mazaham in the Assyrian. The next word is nation. The word for nation is gawaya. And this is how you write gawaya in the ancient. This is how you write gawaya in the Assyrian. The next word is nature. The word for nature is tabai. This is how you write tabai in the ancient. This is how you write tabai in the Assyrian. Go ahead and erase that. Next word is navy. The word for navy in the Hebrew is ta, za, ya. Ya. Next word is near. The word for near in Hebrew is korab. Next word is neat. The word for neat in Hebrew is ma, sa, dar. I'm going to go ahead and write it out. And the ancient and in the Assyrian. Start with the ta, the za. It's always easy. Keep a chart in front of you because it makes it a lot easier. Tazaya. Singular, singular, singular. See how it's right? Tazaya. Now you see some words connected together, you'll see how I connect it. That's a ya. Next word is near. The word for near is qua-ra. So qua-ra, ba. Qua-ra. Qua singular, ra and the ba connected. That's how you would write that. Qua-ra, ba. Qua-ra. That's how you would write that in the Assyrian. Now I'm going to go move on to the next word. Is neat. The word for neat is masadar in the Hebrew. So the the sa, and the dar. Masadar. Sa, da, ra. That's how you'd write that in the Assyrian. The first word is navy. The word for navy is tazaya. This is how you would write tazaya in the ancient. This is how you write tazaya in the Assyrian. The next word is neat. The word for neat is qarab. This is how you write qarab in the ancient. This is how you write qarab in the Assyrian. The next word is neat. The word for neat is masadar. This is how you write masadar in the ancient. This is how you write masadar in the Assyrian. The next word is need. The word for need in the Lashawan, the Hebrew, is taza ra. The next word is negative. The word for negative in the Hebrew is sha la yol ya. Sha la yol ya. The next word is neglect. The word for neglect is rashal. We'll go ahead right now in the ancient and in the Assyrian. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. So, Tazah, Ra. So you write it out in the ancient, and I'm going to write it out in the Assyrian. And in this case, Tazah is a double character. Since Tazah in the beginning of the word, you're going to use the first character of the Tazah. Tazah, Ra. Next word is negative. The word for negative is Shalayalya. So Sha, La, Ya, Sha, oh yeah. Y'all, yeah. Sha, La, connector, y'all, yeah. Sha, La, so you write that in the Assyrian. Next word is neglect. The word for neglect is Rashal. Ra, Shal. The first word is need. The word for need is Tezarak. This is how you write Tezarak in the ancient. This is how you write Tezarak in the Assyrian. The next word is negative. The word for negative is Shalayalya. This is how you write Shalayalya in the ancient. This is how you write Shalayalya in the Assyrian. The next word is neglect. The word for neglect is Rashal. This is how you write Rashal in the ancient. This is how you write Rashal in the Assyrian. Next word is neighbor. The word for neighbor in Hebrew is Shekan. Next word is neither. Slash no slash not. The word is la ah. The next word is new month. The name for new month in the Hebrew is Qadash. Qadash. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. So the Shah, the Ka, and the Na. Next word is La'ah. No, let me just like it. Next word is neither, no, or not. The word for that is La'ah. La, ah. The next word is new month, which is Qadash. First word is neighbor. The word for neighbor in the Hebrew is shakan. That's how you write shakan in the ancient. That's how you write shakan in the Assyrian. The next word is neither, no, or not. The word for neither, no, or not in the Hebrew is la'ah. This is how you write la'ah in the ancient. This is how you write la'ah in the Assyrian. The next word is new month. The word for new month is Qadash. This is how you write Qadash in the ancient. This is how you write Qadash in the Assyrian. Next word is New Year. The name in Hebrew for New Year is Ra, Ash, Ha, Sha, Na. That's pretty good. Next word is next. The word for next in Hebrew is Achar. The next word is night. The word for night in Hebrew is La, Ya, La. La, Ya, La. Bear with me a second. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. Ra, Ah, the Ah, the Sha, the Ha, the Sha, the Na, and the Ha. Ra, Sha, Ah, Sha, Na. Ra, Ah, Ha, Sha, Na, Ha. So that's how you write it in the Assyrian. The next word is next. The word for next is Achar. So ah, ha, ah. Next word is night. The word for night is la, ya. I mean la, ya, ah, la, ya, la, ya, la. The first word is New Year. The word for New Year is Ra'ash Hashanah. This is how you write Ra'ash Hashanah in the ancient. This is how you write Ra'ash Hashanah in the Assyrian. The next word is next. The word for next is Achar. This is how you write Achar in the ancient. Next word, this is how you write Achar in the Assyrian. The next word is night. The word for night is La Yala. This is how you write La Yala in the ancient. This is how you write La Yala in the Assyrian. Next word is nose. Word for nose in Hebrew is ap. Next word is note. The word for note in Hebrew is ra sham. Next word is north. The word for north is taza pa wam. Taza pa wam is how you would say north. Go ahead, write it out in the ancient and the Assyrian. Ah, pa, ah. The pause at the end, so you can use. Remember, the pause is a double character. In this case, it's at the end, so you can use the second pa. So you write that. The next word is note. The word for note is Rasham. So Ra, Sha, Ma. Ra, Sha. This is remember that in the Ma only the Ma is a double character in the Assyrian. So you got to use the second character of the Ma in this case. So Ma, Ra, Sha. Next word is north. The word for north is Chazapawam. So you want to go Chaza, Pa, Wa, Na. Chaza, Pa, Wa. Chaza, Pa, The word is nose. The word for nose is up. This is how you write up in the ancient. This is how you write up in the Assyrian. The next word is note. The word for note is Rasham. This is how you write Rasham in the ancient. This is how you write it in the Assyrian. The next word is north. The word for north is Tezapawan. This is how you write Tezapawan in the ancient. This is how you write Tezapawan in the Assyrian. Next word is now. The word for now is I, thought. Next word is number. The word for number is ma, na. Next word is obey. The word for obey is tazayah. Next word is number. The word for number is mana. Ma, na, ha. First word is now. The word for now is Ita. This is how you write Ita in the ancient. This is how you write Ita in the Assyrian. The next word is number. The word for number is mana. This is how you write mana in the ancient. This is how you write mana in the Assyrian. The next word is obey. The word for obey is tazayah. This is how you write tazayah in the ancient. This is how you write tazayah in the Assyrian. Hey, that's the end of my class. We'll see you next week. Hey, shalom, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah Barakathum to the brothers, Yahweh Shemar Elatah Bahashim, Yahweh Shah to the sisters.